What do you think assertiveness actually means?
Being able to get your point across. Just this before.
A lot of assertiveness and assertive communication is around I statements, so leaving out you statements. So if we have a look at it, there is a formula for assertive communication, and I've got it on the last slide for you guys to keep coming back to, but we're going to be doing some exercises in between, so I'm not going to have it on display for you at all times. So an example of assertive communication. So what you're saying is, I can see that this is important to you and it is also important to me. Perhaps we can talk more and try and solve the problem. I think, I feel, I believe. So you want to show them what you're thinking, you want to show them how that makes you feel, you want to see what an outcome is going to be and how they can then assist you or what you need from them. I would appreciate it if you. So when we go into a little bit more detail, you do look at, refraining from using you statements quite a lot. So when you did that, so I guess when we're talking assertively, what you want to get across is how that person has made you feel. And there's ways that you can do that rather than your actions hurt me kind of thing. So you have to, I guess, be very deliberate in your sentence structure when you're trying to be assertive in your communication, because otherwise it can come across as accusatory or blaming the other person for the way that you're feeling. Okay? You want to take control of your own emotions and you want to have your behaviour needs to be your responsibility. So how do you become more assertive? The $1 million question. So there is so much research and so many self-help books on how to be assertive. But I think what ends up happening when people do assertiveness training is they're trying to be assertive in the wrong situations. So you don't want to just be assertive in negative situations because you're going to have a negative connotation then with assertive communication. So every time you need to be assertive, it's because something negative is happening. You want to use assertiveness in your positive communications as well. So if you know that you have a tendency towards being passive, then start to try and do this when you're having a decent or a well-rounded conversation, or a conversation with somebody that you know knows you're trying to be more assertive in your everyday communication. It just makes it a little bit easier, and sometimes when you first start trying to be assertive, you sound a little ridiculous because you've gone from being somebody that's usually quite passive to now you're trying to be assertive and it just doesn't come out the right way. All right, so examples of you statements. So, you're late and the dinner is ruined. Well, look at that broken vase, you're so clumsy. You never want to do anything with me. This place is a dump. What have you been doing all day? So they're you statements. They could be some can be taken as aggressive, some can be taken as passive aggressive. But they're statements about the other person. They're not statements about how you feel. So, if we were to look at A, you're late and the dinner is ruined, how could you say that more assertively?
I spent ages making dinner, and when you were late, it made me feel angry because I put a lot of effort in, and in the future, I would prefer if you rang me to let me know.
Nailed it. All right. So the biggest difference between being assertive and being aggressive is how your words and behaviours affect the rights and well-beings of others. It's a nice little summary point. Sorry, I can't remember how many slides are left. All right, so the formula for assertive communication. Get your point across while being respectful to the other person. Involves verbal and non-verbal skills, so showing your body language that's confident, speaking calmly, directly, using I statements, and the formula of I, feel, when, because, and what I need.